our third and last set of guests, I must say, because there are two, and then we have the questions and answers. So Harry and Tayla, Harry and Tayla have a very let me say, sweet story. They began their journey in October 2019. They were working full time, banking, teaching. So, what people would normally consider a very established career and work situation. Then, they were doing something on the side, selling sweets in the local area for to add a little bit to their income. And then things really changed, of course, as for all of us, and they took the opportunity to change their hobby on the side into a business, the Sugar Rush Sweeties, which now has a proper shop, a physical shop, open in Garforth, Leeds, and a second one opened then in the city centre of Leeds. So again, a very good story to listen to and to learn from. So Harry and Tayla, over to you. Talk to us about your journey. Thank you.
Yes.
Hi, thanks, Marco.
So,
like you said, we're the owners of a business called Sugar Rush Sweeties. So we currently have two shops, one in Garforth and one in the centre of Leeds. And we also have an online business where we post out every single day.
So what we do is we sell pick and mix sweets, we sell American candy, imported stuff like that. And then we also do milkshakes, cookie dough, brownies. So we're sort of like a sweet shop / dessert shop. But then like our postal business is just all the sweets that we send around the country. But we're just going to talk a bit about how we started our story throughout, and then we're going to discuss a few points about how social media really has helped us to grow the business and how it's been so beneficial for us, especially through lockdown.
How COVID helped us as well.
Yeah.
So it started, Sugar started in October 2019. So we'd both just graduated from university. Like Marco said, I was meant to be doing primary school teaching and Harry was working in Barclays Bank. So we were set to go travelling in the January and we were like, we need some extra money if we're going to go for that long. So we were like, we were deciding, do we start a business? Do we not? We were looking at options to start a business.
Yeah, we discussed a few different options, but then we weren't really sure what to do. And one day Tayla sort of said, I've seen a company down south on Instagram that's selling sweets, and I think it'd just be a good idea. We had a look into it, and there was no one really up north. Obviously, there's traditional sweet shops, stuff like that, but we thought there's like an opportunity
there was literally no one doing it around here, so we thought to get a different
audience, because younger people aren't really sort of too interested in traditional shop. So we went and bought like about £100 worth of sweets from Costco,
and we started an Instagram page. That was our first thing we did. We started an Instagram page and then went and got like £100 worth of stock from Costco, and just since then.
Yeah, we started delivering sweets on a night. So on our Instagram, we just sort of advertised that we were going to be delivering around our local area, and it started going really well. And we were working all day at our full-time jobs, coming home, delivering on a night, delivering on a weekend. So we're just using all our free time to sort of gain an extra income.
So after about a month, we were like, right, this is working. We had a few messages on our Instagram. Can you deliver to here? Can you deliver to here? Obviously, we couldn't deliver because it was the other side of England. So we decided to set up a website to post all over the UK, and then that got going really well, didn't it?
Yeah.
Away.
So we were doing both, sending them out in the post, just delivering around our local area. And then it came to January, so we went travelling with the money we'd saved up. And then it was about 2 months into it, and everywhere started locking the borders and shutting down. So we had to fly back home early. And at this point, we got back on the first day of lockdown. The first lockdown we got back, so literally everyone getting furloughed. So we had no job. We had no secure job to fall back on like we had expected we would. So that's when we decided, let's start Sugar Rush again. So literally the first day we posted, we're delivering again. It literally just
blew up like crazy.
Yeah.
Our phone.
I think everyone was just sat at home. Obviously, a lot of people were off work and businesses were failing lockdown, but everyone was at home on the phones all day. And so when we were posting pictures of sweets and advertising it, I think people just thought it was a nice little pick me up, and they were sending them to friends and family. And then it just went a bit crazy from there. We were just delivering all day, every day.
We were working hard. We were working like 7 days a week, like 14-hour days.
Yeah. And then towards the end of the first lockdown, people were starting to go back to work and stuff like that. And we were like, right, we've either got to take a risk here and put everything we've earned into opening a shop.
Well, at this point, we were still doing it from home. So Sugar Rush had grown that big. We were like, right, do we open a shop or do we go back to teaching and banking? Like, it were a big risk, really, to see how old we are.
We just thought, what have we got to lose? We may as well give it a go. If it doesn't work out, we've got plenty of time to go back to other jobs we were doing before.
So then, just about a year ago, we opened our first shop in Garforth, and it was just so overwhelming the opening weekend. We were open 10 hours both days, and we literally had a queue up and around the car park both days. And we were like, right, we're glad we did this now. Like,
I think we knew at that point, we were like, right, we're so glad it was all worth it just for that day.
It was like our mums were helping us because we didn't realise how busy we were, and we were like, right, I think we need to employ some staff now. Like, we had no idea it was going to be like that at all.
And over this last year, we've just sort of been learning as we were going along every day. We didn't know how to manage staff. We didn't know about running a business. We've just sort of learned it as we've gone along, and it's just been good. But what we've tried to do is every day, well, all the time, coming up with new ideas, because we're growing our Instagram following. That's sort of what we've based it all on the whole time. And you need to keep all your followers engaged. So coming up with new ideas, try to make you look different to anyone else doing it. Just to keep it interesting.
Yeah, and we've also done a lot for our first business this year. So we've gone and looked north. We've been in quite a few newspapers because our stories got the attention of a lot of people. Like, we're quite young, and like we've achieved quite a lot in 1 year. And we've also had a lot of negatives. We got broken into, and like, to face that this age, it was quite hard, wasn't it? But
we're about 9 months into having the first shop. We decided we were wanting to expand and open a second one. So we were looking in some different areas, but then we got approached by a shopping centre in Leeds asking if we basically would want to open a shop there. And we just thought it'd be a really good experience. It'd be a lot different to our other shop that's in like a local area. So we give it a go, and we just opened there about 2 months ago now. And now we're about where we are now today.
So going on to how social media has helped us. So literally, if it wasn't for social media, there wouldn't be a Sugar Rush. Like, we literally, instead of investing into a shop straight away, we took the option to open an Instagram page, which was free, easy. So we kind of already knew if it was going to work or not. You didn't have to invest hundreds of thousands of pounds into a business or a website.
Yeah, and as well, when we started posting around the UK, we'd only got about a couple of thousand followers on our Instagram to start with. And there were people ordering from like Scotland and Wales, and we were thinking, like, how have these even heard about us? So if it had not been without social media, how easy it is to reach people all across the UK.
There's like no limits, there's no boundaries of social media. You can reach all of our fans for free, basically. And another reason for social media, so it's like it built our brand before we opened the shop. Like, we already knew that we had like quite a good chance of it working. Like, we had a reputation from social media, rather than having to dive in the deep end and open a shop that might not work straight away.
Yeah, and on our open day, we put a post when we finally built the shop and got it all ready. We took some pictures and shared it all on Facebook, and just like hundreds of people were sharing it and tagging their friends, saying we need to go here, all this. So by the time we actually opened, if it wasn't for that, we'd just have like, we wouldn't have had such a busy open day. So it's just so helpful in that way. Yeah. And then, we use, if anyone's wanting to like set up a business on social media, we use paid promotions on Instagram, and we just think you can start doing it on like £1 a day, and how much it actually benefits your business is so helpful, because you can target exact audience, like who you want, what age, gender, what they're interested in. So it's just like a massively useful tool that is so easy to use nowadays. And I think
that's it. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Radha. Thank you, Tayla and Harry. Again, a very different story and super inspiring. The fact that you turned what others would have seen as all doom and gloom and being a bit depressed of having lost a job or finding it difficult to go back into jobs after traveling, you turned it into an opportunity. So that's great. I guess that the question that certainly will come up, and as I said earlier, if it doesn't from the audience, I will ask it, is how did you create this reputation? Because you mentioned that it all started having an initial good reputation, and we know social media are extremely powerful but very, very dangerous. You can suddenly become the villain very quickly because something goes wrong and the wrong picture comes up, or even the most innocent comment is actually misinterpreted, and suddenly you have 200 comments following that, making you have said things that you never meant. So don't answer now, but I'm sure it is a question that will come up later. But thanks again for your time. Stay online. The Q&A is about to start in just a few seconds.